Barnes Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
Once again, a mostly cloudy good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Looking at plenty of clouds out there and a little bit of fog still. It doesn't appear as though we're going to have much chance of any sun. Maybe this afternoon we'll get a glimpse or two, but that's going to be about it. Precipitation, yeah, it's raining pretty good right now in a few spots, especially not here in Michigan. We're looking at northern Illinois, southern sections of Wisconsin, and moving up the I-94 corridor, moving over the Michigan border with Indiana in particular, and moving in a northwesterly direction. So heading into and around the west central part of the Lower Peninsula before it moves out into Lake Michigan. And all that activity is going to try to move up through the state over the next 24 hours. I think we are going to see a little bout of some widely scattered precipitation around. Light in nature, at least that's the way it appears as of right now. We'll talk a little bit more about that forecast in just a moment. 64 degrees at the airport, 63 at Radio Center. Over in Midland, we've got 64. Downtown Bay City is reporting 62 degrees. That northeast breeze right around 7. Foggy conditions. Barometer is falling off a little bit at 30.23. That's because there is a low pressure system that's in Illinois. And that low is not really going to move too much further to the north. Now it appears as though it's going to move a little bit quicker to the east and the southeast. So it'll be moving away from the state, which is the reason why yesterday when we talked to you, our forecast appeared to be looking much better for the upcoming weekend, Saturday in particular, and then on Sunday, where some forecasters were still taking a look at a pretty good chance of rain on again and off again. I want to say mostly through the day on Saturday. But that forecast, now they've even backed off of that. And it does appear as though, as we had indicated, we're looking for a fairly nice weekend with very little, if any, chance of precipitation. And for that matter, cloud cover. It looks as though Saturday morning is going to be cloudy early, but then sun as the day goes on. And our temperatures are going to be running a good 10 to 12 degrees above average. We should hit on Saturday, 75 degrees with a low of 64. Now, when you think about it, the nighttime lows this time of the year should be 43 degrees. So we're looking at 64 for a low on Saturday night, 60 for a low tomorrow night. And our low temperature tonight should be right around 66 degrees after a high of 73. Sunny glimpses. But then it'll be short-lived. We'll be looking at a mostly cloudy night tonight with some scattered shower activity, very little breeze. And as I said, that low-pressure system generating all of this is not going to be moving up through Wisconsin and through the Upper Peninsula like it looked a couple of days ago. Instead, it looks as though that low is going to be carried off to the east and the southeast because of a rather strong high pressure that's currently over the Dakotas up in Canada. That is going to be moving in a easterly direction over the next couple of days. So that is going to begin to clear things out. Tomorrow, we are going to be looking at clouds, some scattered showers around. I think the best chance of any shower activity as far as coverage goes is going to be tomorrow afternoon. But there's going to be a chance of showers on again and off again all morning and afternoon. Tapering off, though, as we go into the evening hours, but still, scattered showers will be around. Our high tomorrow, 73, our low of 60. And then, as I said, Saturday and Sunday really look promising right now with some clouds on Saturday early, partly cloudy as we go through the day, partly cloudy night on Saturday night. Then we'll have a few more clouds around. But not looking at anything much in the way of precipitation. And then Sunday should be pretty much precip free with partly cloudy skies, 78 degrees for a high on Sunday. and there will be some locations hit 80. Partly cloudy on Sunday night. Then on Monday, as we go through the late afternoon and the evening hours, there will be once again a chance of some precipitation carrying over into Tuesday morning. But Tuesday right now doesn't appear to be a washout by any means. And then on Wednesday, partly cloudy skies. And all the way through this period, temperatures will be in the mid to upper 70s. Precipitation tallies, for the most part, will be below average for this time of the year. Record high in the state is 91. That was set back in 2007. The record low 25 set in 1964. Sun will set this evening at 7:06, rise tomorrow morning at 7:42. A little bit more on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Rick Hollister over at the Andersons is standing by, ready to give us the good news, maybe. We'll find out in 60 seconds after we tell you the weather report brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound-up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Hilleshog Seeds. Sugar beet growers, they want to congratulate you on the season so far. And obviously, practice safety because conditions just aren't improving much when it comes to getting that sugar beet crop out of the ground and to the plants. So be very, very careful with that heavy equipment and take care of yourself and be aware of the people that are working around you and driving around where you are traveling as well. They want to thank the growers who planted Hilleshog seed this year, and they're very thrilled with the results coming back from the factory. So when you plant with Hilleshog, your farm can be generation strong too. Look for their 2022 variety lineup, complete with a new genetic offering or two. Then look for a visit from your Hilleshog agents. Rick Hollister, good morning. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Terry. Good.
I decided that, let me see, Tuesday, usually you have a string of tough luck. So let's try it on Thursday here this week.
Well, the markets did start higher today.
Okay.
We had green across the board pretty much. Again, led by our soybean oil market. Soybean oil is still higher here at noontime. And soybeans are still up a penny or two, but not as much as they were, up 6 to 7 earlier. Corn's just a fuzz lower, down a half a cent to a penny, and wheat's down a penny. So pretty quiet trade here for Thursday. Still trying to evaluate. I think traders still trying to evaluate what the gyrations in the energy markets mean this week. Crude oil sharply higher, and then breaking hard on Tuesday afternoon. So I think we're still trying to sort out what all that means. Natural gas prices tumbling hard yesterday, so that kind of takes the wind out of the soybean oil rally and soybean rally here from earlier this week. So we're also digesting the official Brazilian crop estimating, or their agriculture department, in essence, released estimates for their new crop, and they're showing their grain crop they're expecting to be up about 13% over last year. You know, we know they had struggles with their corn crop, and so they're estimating, an attempt at least at a 13% increase in their grain crop, and about a 2% increase they're estimating in their soybean crop. So not huge increases in soybean crops down there anyway, as they roll into their planting season. And weather so far, Terry's been pretty ideal to get that crop started, to get started on their plantings. So just a lot of mixed news today. The market's that's kind of how the market's acting, just a little higher, a little lower, and waiting for more news to come.
I guess I'm just kind of curious as far as the natural gas goes, those elements that you need to dry things down. In some cases, we've got a fairly wet crop, especially with corn, that is going to need some dry down. What does that pricing look to these farm operations right now?
Yeah, I think the natural gas prices are 50% higher than what they were a year ago, in that $5 a million range, but sharply lower here yesterday. So maybe we're getting some adjustment back through, and I haven't heard a lot of movement in LP gas prices, those that drive with LP gas. But I'm sure there's pressure for those prices to move higher too. So folks that have dryer setups at home that have some LP gas storage might look at getting some of that secured here. I've heard $2 to $2.50 a gallon LP gas for heating fuel, but I haven't heard what farm gas is going for at the moment. So, but our corn crop, actually the front end of it here, 20%, 25% harvested in Michigan. So far, it's been coming in far drier than what we would expect, for right at 1st of October, Terry. We've seen a lot of 16% moisture, 17% corn coming out of the field, and a little bit actually clear down in the 15% range. So some still at 20, but it acts like this crop is drying fast if we can keep it from all falling on the ground this year.
Yeah, no kidding. So what do we have on the board right now?
Old crop at hemlock for corn for this fall, I should say. We're at 486 now. New crop next year at 475. Soybeans here for this fall at 1192. New crop for next year about the same, 1191. The old crop red wheat at 682. New crop for next summer at 698. Old crop white wheat at 682 also, and next summer white wheat at 703.
Rick, have a great day. Thank you.
You as well, Terry. Thanks.
You bet. A little bit more as far as what the markets are doing. Over to Oppenheimer we go with Doug Klein. The market report brought to you by Hudson Inc., formerly Bader & Sons Company and D&G Equipment, selling and servicing John Deere and Steel equipment. It is harvest in Michigan, so please respect and look out for farm equipment on the roads as they travel from field to field. Happy harvest from Hudson. And by Steiner Tractor Parts, new parts for old tractors. They understand you really want that old tractor to work for you, or at least to really look good. Well, Steiner will take care of it for you. New parts for old tractors, easy to get. 800-234-3280 or go to steinertractor.com. Doug, what's going on with the boys in Chicago?
I don't know. The crude oil was down a little bit today, but now it's bouncing back, so it's up 1%. And I got a hunch the easiest thing for them to do is to run it up, $10-15, make some money, and then back it down 2 or 3. That kind of seems to be the stairway that they're on. So unfortunately for us, platinum's making a little bounce back, almost 2%. Copper's making a bounce back about 2.5%. That's about all that's going on today. Everything else is kind of quiet. They, of course, Congress pushed back the debt ceiling thing to December, so the stock market's all wild again because everybody knew that wasn't going to happen, right? Whatever. Anyway, here's your numbers. December corn is 5.31 3/4, down 1/2 penny. The March corn is 5.40 1/4, down 3/4 of a penny. The November soybeans, 12.43, up a penny. March soybeans, 12.62 3/4, up 1.5 pennies. The December wheat is 7.43 3/4, down 2 1/4, and the March wheat is 7.57 1/2, down 1.5 cents. Crude oil is 78.23, up 80 cents. Heating oil is 244.85, up 0.6 of a penny. Gasoline is 233.17, up 2.4 cents, and natural gas 5.62, that's down 6 cents. Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar gets you 125.47 at the border, down 40 ticks. The yen is at 111.47, up 6 ticks. The euro is at 115.62, also up 6 ticks. The dollar's at 94.08, down 18 ticks. Gold at 1757.60, down $3 an ounce. Silver's at 22.70, down 17 cents. Platinum's at $993.60, up $17.80.
Oh,
She moving a little
yep.
bit.
I get, and again, the crude oil, where are we?
Yeah, 78.22, up 80 cents. When you got billions of dollars, it's easy to move a market.
Yeah, no kidding. And of course, we know where the billions of dollars is coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's another show.
Yeah.
We don't want to even talk about it.
No.
Doug, you take care. Have a good day, okay?
Yeah. You too.
Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Lots more coming up. We'll be talking beans with Joe Kramer. Also, the plant of the week with Jerry Samolsky coming along in a little bit.
Where has the Pioneer Audio Tour taken me today? Olivia, Minnesota, next to a field planted with Pioneer brand Enlist E3 soybeans. This field looks peaceful, but like every field, there's a constant battle going on against weeds. Right now, the farmer of this operation is making a pass with what looks like a 120-foot sprayer boom. Enlist E3 soybeans offer the most advanced trait technology on the market. And while it's new to most farmers, it's not new to Pioneer. Pioneer experts and agronomists have already completed hundreds of on-farm trials, all so that acres like this have healthy soybeans with great yield potential. Enlist E3 soybeans on a farm in Olivia. Another thing that makes Pioneer, Pioneer. You'll hear more from me later. For now, let your local Pioneer sales representative hear from you.
What's going on with your sprayer?
I let my son drive. I got sick of spraying beets myself. Can you fix it?
I can fix anything. But why all the spraying?
Cercospora, it's awful.
You still aggressively spraying? You should plant CR Plus seed instead. It's a new trait from KWS that's Cercospora tolerant. It's bred right in.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's remarkable.
How do you know about that?
I told you. I can fix anything, even your sugar beet fields. KWS CR Plus trait is licensed to Beta Seed and Crystal Brand Seed.
Farm Service brought to you by the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. You know, when it comes to crop insurance, risk management is what it's all about. And obviously, they need to make sure that your farming operation is secure. So contact the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency today, and they will take care of you because they are licensed to serve all of Michigan with both conventional and organic crop insurance. Their agents can be reached directly on their cell for questions or emergencies, or you can call the office at 989-868-4722. The Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. Craig Voorhees on the line with me right now with the Rummel Agency. Craig, a lot of things that we could be talking about, but you know, the one thing that kind of jumps out at me is something that might jump out at your vehicle.
Yes, Terry, exactly. We're talking about having a lot of equipment on the roads right now. Well, there's also something out there on the roads that we really don't want, and that's deer. You know, the hunters are out, the equipment's in the field, the deer are on the move, and unfortunately this time of year we have a increase in number of vehicles hitting those critters, and we often get the phone calls and ask if they need a police report. And as long as you're the only vehicle involved in the incident, no, you do not need a police report. If there's another vehicle or damage to something other than your property, a mailbox or, you know, a building or anything else, believe us, we've seen a lot of different things, then you do need to get a police report. But if it's just you and your car, just hopefully you can drive the car home and get home safely and then give us a call.
Boy, I'll tell you, in some cases, those deer are pretty heavy, and they do a lot of damage, don't they?
Yes, they certainly do, and especially on these newer vehicles, the bills can get pretty pricey to repair them. So if you don't have comprehensive on your vehicles, and that's the cheapest part of an auto coverage, which is where the deer hit coverage comes from, you might want to check with your agent and see about putting that on.
Very good. Craig Voorhees, thank you very much for the tip. Really appreciate it and very topical. We'll talk to you again. All righty?
Okay, Terry, thank you.
You bet. Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency. Over to Bay Landscaping and Garden Center we go. Jerry Samolsky joining me. Jerry, the plant of the week. Now, you gave us a little clue yesterday, something about sweet. And
Yes.
the first thing I thought of was sugar beets, but that they wouldn't look good in my front yard.
Yeah, well, sugar beets taste sweet, but sweet autumn clematis smells sweet.
There you go.
So it's a fall blooming clematis. It blooms white. The definition of a good vine and a bad vine are the same, and that's an aggressively growing plant that takes over. But clematis doesn't quite fit into that. A lot of vines get unruly. They're hard to keep in bounds, and they're hard to keep where you want them. Clematis is a very tolerable plant for a vine. So it grows up on trellises. It needs something to hang on and crawl on. But a fence is great if you're trying to get rid of an air conditioning unit, its vision and whatnot. Put a little trellis outside, and it'll grow and cover it up. Good leafy foliage, no insects and diseases to worry about. Prunes easily, just prune it back when it's done blooming in the fall. It comes back next year. Wonderful plant, good manners, beautiful flower, and great fragrance.
Good time to plant them now, Jerry?
Sure, Terry. Yeah. And this, like other clematis, are a little bit more finicky about, they say they like cool feet and hot heads. Well, Sweet Autumn is pretty durable. It'll plant it. It's going to want sun. It's not going to be a shade plant by any means, but, partial sun is okay, and it'll do just quite well.
All right. Jerry Samolsky, thank you. Good to talk. We'll talk again soon, okay?
Have a great weekend.
I will. Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Joe Kramer joining me now with the Michigan Bean Commission. Joe, good news, bad news, or what's going on with our dry beans right now?
Well, I think just from a harvest progress standpoint, we had a commission meeting Tuesday night, and we believe we're about 95% complete. All of that, maybe 5,000 acres in Huron County and 1,000 acres in Montcalm, and the rest of it's kind of scattered around the state. But all in all, it's pretty well in the barn for the most part. Our friends in North Dakota are about the same boat. They didn't have nearly the crop to harvest that they expected or that we did, and but they've moved right along too. So prices seem to be fairly steady. Seems like a lot of demand for black beans. That's still moving. Small red beans have been maybe a little on the slow side. Shipments are probably a little slower than we'd like to see at this time of the year, but I think that speaks to that carryover that we had. So all in all, still feeling pretty optimistic.
And as far as our neighbors to the west, nothing's changed there, right?
It hasn't. They've got some pretty strong prices posted on their boards out there, but they really don't have anything to buy in. So it's more an incentive to deliver to them if you still have something to deliver, but there's not a lot of beans to buy over and above contract level. So those board bids can be a little bit deceiving as to where the market might really be. That said, it does give us a bit of an umbrella to hide under too. So everybody's okay there.
All right. Joe, thank you very much for the information. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you again soon, okay?
Thanks, Terry.
You bet. Joe Kramer.
Hi, I'm Steve Cook from Cook Chevrolet Buick Ambassador. So by now, we're all too aware of the chip problem and empty car lots, and it's not going away anytime soon. It may not affect most people, but if you have a lease coming due or you just want to get something new, it will be a problem. At Cook's, we've got the solution. We have almost 300 Traverses, Blazers, Silverado pickups, Equinoxes being built and being shipped or waiting to be shipped or ready to be built. But already customers have reserved 60 of them, which means that over 200 are still available. And many of those that are available are arriving every day. Don't wait too long to reserve yours. Contact us today. That's the Cook GM Superstore, M15 Top of the Hill in Vassar.
Call toll-free or visit us online at cookchevybuick.com. Chevy, find new roads.
Cook GM Superstore. That's the Cook GM Superstore, M15 Top of the Hill in Vassar.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Quality Roasting of Reese, offering competitive, consistent prices for your soybeans. Give them a call for a quote today. Over to New York markets we go. Steve Anderson from Baird. What's going on, Steve?
Well, hi there, Terry. Today we got things looking pretty good. Dow Jones Industrial Average is ahead by 533 points, putting it at 34,950. Volume, 312 million shares. The NASDAQ is at 14,750. That's up 248 points on 334 million shares. Locally, Caterpillar 195.37 up 351. Deere 346.14 up 774. CMS 60.91 down 31. Dow 58.75 up 159. DuPont 71.11 up 131. Corteva 42.90 up 90. GM 56.40 up 247. Trinzio 57.04 up 157. Walmart 139.89 up 227. Home Depot 338.33 up 794. Huntington Bank 16.11 up 21. And AT&T is down 22 cents at 27.08. So that's not a bad job there at all.
Not at all. Hats off to you. Have a great day. We'll talk to you later, Steve.
Thanks, Jerry. Bye-bye.
You bet.
This season, there's a new choice for your fields. Zetavo soybean seed, designed with triple stacked Enlist E3 technology for weed control flexibility. Supported by a dedicated team of BASF agronomic experts. Protected by the versatile BASF soybean crop protection portfolio. Zetavo soybean seed, stacked in your favor. Zetavo from MS Technologies, distributed exclusively by BASF. Always read and follow label directions.
Farm Service has been brought to you today by the folks at Foster Blue Water Oil, where they want to take your diesel to another level. You do get more power, cleaner injectors, maximum lubricity, year-round protection, and up to 8% improved fuel economy with Diesel Guard Supreme Plus from Valve Tech Petroleum. Available today at Foster Blue Water Oil. Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem.
From the Stone Specialist Studios, this is WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Rocket Mortgage.
I'm Steve Kathan. A new criminal case is rocking the sports world. CBS's Jim Krasula says former pro basketball players have been indicted in a fraud scheme.
The 18 former NBA players are accused of defrauding the league's health and welfare benefit plan out of some $4 million by submitting false claims for medical and dental expenses that were never incurred. They include Jamario Moon, Glenn Davis, and Sebastian Telfair. None of those former players charged are considered major stars.
Now to Washington, where it's crisis averted. CBS's Stephen Portnoy reports overnight talks on a short-term plan to raise the debt ceiling have led to an agreement.
The agreement avoids a financial calamity for the country for now, allowing the U.S. government to continue paying its debts through early